What? If any of you say a certain word,
a certain word that begins with P? Okay, we're going to go ahead and start the meeting. And call it to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, good morning, everyone. A couple housekeeping items. If you have not signed in on the sign-in sheet at the back of the room, please do so. It's important we know who all was here. If you're coming up to make public comment, please state and spell your name. That is for the minutes and for the record. It's important for us. We'll probably, since there may be a lot of public comment today, if people are coming up, we'll limit it to five minutes per person, okay? Let's see, we will start out with public comment on subjects that are not on the agenda. Is there any public comment for subjects not on the agenda today?
Yo.
Come on up to the podium, sir.
John Hedstrom,
Okay.
Hedstrom. Something you never even thought of.
Ooh.
Demarcation line down Silos Road. Simple yellow line.
Okay.
The way it sits, when there's an accident out there, nobody gets a ticket because there's nothing to tell you you're in the wrong lane. And you're constantly diving in the ditch to get around some of these idiots driving their campers and motorhomes. So if we had a simple yellow line, that way at least somebody can get a ticket.
Okay, thank you, sir. Is there anyone else? Any other public comment? Anything online? No. Okay. I will make one announcement. There are going to be changes to the courthouse entry. This is for courthouse security. I think everyone's probably very aware of just the changes in the environment these days with violence, shootings, different things that are going on. We've had a couple assessments done through the state on courthouse security. Starting December 1st, we are going to one entry, one way in and out of the building. This is for the safety of the public. This is for the safety of the people who work there. And unfortunately, we don't have the means to put a fancy new entry on the courthouse, add a metal detector and all these things. So one of the things is going down to one entry. That will be the entry through the parking lot. It has access to the elevator right there. So there are handicap spaces back there. People can park on the street and walk around. We understand that it's probably not the most convenient thing, but it is going to be the safest thing. This is one step we're making. We're going to have internal door security. We also are having windows installed in several of the offices like clerk and recorder, so you can come up, do your business at the window as opposed to going in and out of the offices. We'll release more on this. We're talking about different ways to get the word out to the public, so please feel free to share that with anyone. Commissioners, would either of you like to add to that?
I don't think I have anything. I think you covered everything that we're planning on doing.
Okay. There's been a lot of considerations in this. What we are investing in, we're working on some grants for that as well. So if anyone has questions, please get in touch with us. That's all I have for public announcements. Do you have some?
I just would like to thank Bill Malone and Ken Berg, who work at the county, for going the extra mile and setting up the green lights for Operation Green Light.
Yes.
It is extra work for them, and we've done this for a couple years. Operation Green Light just is a little thing we can do to support veterans. And speaking of that, we are closed on Tuesday for Veterans Day.
Thank you. All right, any other public comment? Okay. All right, we are going to close the regular meeting and we are going to open the public hearing. This is Angie Paulson, County Surveyor. The petition to abandon portions of Pony Street, Hill Street, and alleyways, High Street, intersection of High Street, and St. Helen Street, intersection of High Street and Hill Street in the town site of Tawston, Montana. Good morning.
Good morning, Madam Chair, Commissioners. My name is Angie Paulson, Paulsen. I am Broadwater County Clerk and Recorder and Surveyor today. I am here today to present partial road abandonments in Tawston. You should have received the petition for abandonment for a portion of Pony Street, Hill Street, and alleyways, intersection of High Street, and St. Helens Street, intersection of High Street and Hill Street. You also should have received the evaluation report that Commissioner Swenson and myself conducted. I can't hear you. Can you hear me now? Okay. I can talk a lot louder if need be. Okay, so the background on this. Commissioner Swenson and I conducted an on-site investigation. Please look at your map with the highlighted areas. Aaron Christensen is here today, and he is petitioning for a portion of Pony Street, Hill Street, and alleyways, intersection of High Street and St. Helens Street, intersection of High Street and Hill Street. These roads and alleyways were closed February 19th of 2002. The belief is that the intent was for them to be abandoned, although we were not there at that time. But because after they were closed, the deeds were transferred among the residents. So in your packet, please refer to the minutes from the meeting that happened in 2002. And then the commission asked Schauber Surveying to do a new boundary line survey of Toston. And that would not have been requested for closures, but could have been for an abandonment. So we believe the intent was to abandon the original petition. If you will go to the evaluation report on proposed street and alleyway abandonments in Toston that was provided to you yesterday, I'm going to just read that aloud. I will go through 1 through 5. And if you want to follow along with your map, I know that it's hard to see the street names, but so like I said, this report of the on-site inspection was performed by myself and Commissioner Jesse Swenson. This report evaluates the proposed abandonment of specific public rights-of-way within the town site of Toston. The analysis considers current land use, physical encroachments, and potential impacts on property access. Number 1, Pony Street between lots 7 through 9 of Block 6 and lots 4 through 6 of Block 7. A garage has been constructed over a significant portion of Pony Street. A deed filed in 2013 documents the transfer of part of Pony Street from Franklin Slivka to Boyd Crozier. Did I say that right? Say it again. Crozier, thank you. Deed document number 169962. This deed indicates that the landowners believed the roads were abandoned. Abandonment of this section will not restrict access to any adjacent landowners. I'm going to move on to number 2. I'll just keep going until you stop me, commissioners. Number 2, Hill Street between Blocks 7 and 8. A well is located near the center line of Hill Street. Fencing and tree plantings have been established along the center line. Several property owners are using the street for personal property storage. Abandonment will not restrict access to any adjacent landowners. Number 3, alleyway in Block 7 between lots 4 and 6 and lots 7 through 12. This portion of the alleyway stops short of the Broadwater, Missouri Canal. Abandonment will not restrict access to any adjacent landowner. Number 4, alleyway in Block 8 between lots 1 through 3 and lots 13 through 18. Personal property is being stored within the alleyway. Abandonment will not restrict access to any adjacent landowner. Number 5, High Street from western boundary of Blocks 9 and 10 to eastern boundaries of Lot 7, Block 12, and Lot 12, Block 7. A majority of High Street is undeveloped and is currently impassable due to intersecting Big Springs Ditch with no bridge. A septic system is located within the right-of-way south of lots 7 through 12 and Block 12. Personal property is being stored in the right-of-way. Personal fences have been constructed within the right-of-way. A driveway has been constructed within the right-of-way adjacent to Block 10. Abandonment will not restrict access to any adjacent landowner. There is one thing to note, that power lines run within the right-of-way of High Street. Should this abandonment be granted, a utility easement will need to be reserved. So after review of the road and the investigation by myself and Commissioner Swenson, it is my recommendation as the county surveyor to abandon all the roads and alleyways stated in Aaron Christensen's petition. And you do have some adjacent landowners present as well, I see, Barb DeMartin here and some others. And that is all I have to present on this. If you have questions.
All right. Commissioner Swenson, do you want to lead off with some comment, and then we can get public comment?
I don't know if I have a whole much to say that wasn't in the report. I concur that I think the intent of the time was probably to abandon the roads, even though, like you said, we weren't there. And I don't see any issues moving forward with the abandonment.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Is there any public comment? Please come on up to the podium. Again, just a reminder, say and spell your name for the record, please.
So Barb DeMartin, and I have property along High Street. You read through those so fast that we couldn't even follow on our maps. I'm hoping what we think you're doing is actually what you're doing, but it would be nice to get a copy of that, what you're actually
It is on the
proposing.
website. If
I
you
don't
need
do
it.
websites.
You don't do
No,
websites?
I like paper. I heard one comment, something about the power company, and what is it that you plan on doing with their easement?
Andy, would you like to answer that question?
It's the power line, is that the part, the very end? Madam Chair?
Yes,
Can I
please.
respond?
Please.
Okay. Power lines run within the right-of-way of High Street. Should the
Yes.
abandonment be granted, a utility easement would need to be reserved.
So the vigilante's easement would stay where it is, which I believe is on the south side of High Street. So it goes right through that wooden fence that you have put up.
The easement would have to
Sorry.
come.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no,
It's fine.
Just come to the
Come
podium.
on, you can share. Come on up.
Mind if I stand by you, Barb?
Yep. And
Give you
just,
space.
Okay. Aaron Christensen, CHRISTENSEN.
thank you.
I didn't spell my name.
You're fine. DeMartin, we got
So
it.
this is where I understand High Street.
Where's Pony? Is this one?
This
Pony?
is Pony, so this is High Street. The power line goes right here right now, and so where do you propose their easement?
So they would put an access easement down this road here that I put in.
Aaron, can you show us too? I think,
Yeah,
we
so-
know, but I just want to make sure we're all tracking.
So
the
I
same.
talked to Vigilante about this
Okay.
and just said, how do you access them right now? Because there is some fencing and stuff that's in the way. So their proposed easement, I am guessing, would run along Hill Street. So it would start at Pony Street and run to Hill Street and then get to where this abandoned part of High Street. That's the portion that isn't accessible right now. That's the portion that bumps up against Barb's property. This part down here, I don't know. I didn't ask him about that part.
Yeah. So are they coming
From
through?
Yep.
Are
right
they
here.
there now or no? They just they have an easement for it.
Yeah,
Is the
there's just
power
an
through there?
access
There's
easement.
power lines there,
And
yeah.
there are
Okay.
power lines in both. There's a power line that runs right over the garage that's built on Pony Street too. So there would be an easement there. So they can get access.
Can you come
So where are you
Can you come show
proposing?
me real quick? Just, and I have this map,
You
it
have
might
the-
be
You have
easier.
the green one.
Yeah,
So there's a power line that runs along Pony,
mhm,
right here,
okay,
and there's a power line that runs right here.
okay, nothing this way.
Nothing this way, but in
Just
order
across
to
Pony.
access this piece right here,
Mhm.
they would have to come through this driveway that we've put in to
Okay,
get to here.
How
So-
do they get?
so they need to retain the easement here?
They would have to put in place an easement. Yes, they would have to retain that easement on that road.
Okay,
But which they said is
so,
Their easement right now is right here. Is this high?
is that right, Angie, is that their easement is only on
So it
High
is.
Street?
Well, according to my title insurance,
Yeah,
their easement is,
through this south portion right here.
yes.
Yep, so they would have to, there's an access
I wish we
easement
could put this up on the board.
here.
Everyone could see it, sorry.
So they would access
Okay, but that's,
Well,
but they
I'm
have
not-
that, but they have that access right now as is. So it should,
There's
if-
an access
No,
on the
my
road.
drain field is right here, so I am not going to allow them to drive through my drain field.
No, your drain field's right here.
Oh, so are they coming inside your fence or
Inside,
out?
inside of
Inside
my.
your fence.
Yep, and where that side is, my side of the fence, yeah.
Okay, so I have put a gate in here,
Mhm.
and I guess I have to talk to the power company if they need to access my pole. They can come in the back of my house and then get in there.
Yeah, I talked to Vigilante, and they were, you know how Vigilante is, they're easy to work with.
Oh, I know they're easy to
okay,
work
can,
with.
will you guys go back to the
Oh,
podium
yeah.
really quick? Sorry, I don't want to exclude everybody else in the room. Yes, please.
Do you want me up here with Barb?
Yeah.
I don't have any more.
Madam Chair, I would like to respond to Mrs. DeMartin's comment about me reading that fast and her not knowing if we're doing, I just want to say that I'm presenting a petition that was brought to me and you signed it.
I know it.
And I read, it basically is reiterating what you already signed. So that's what I'm presenting to the commissioners, is what you signed.
Well, it would just
Okay.
be nice on the, to get a copy of what is actually being closed for my updates to my maps of Toston.
So in the event that the commissioners decide to abandon today, it will be sent to you. It is exactly what you signed, though, well, if they agree to approve that. So you'll be sent a final, what is decided today.
Thank you.
Barb, if you would like, you can have my copy. Thank you. And I can use Jesse's or Angie's. Go ahead.
Oh, I have this.
You want the map?
Oh, that's what she
I
read.
want the map.
This is what she read. Oh,
You want,
I think I have an extra pen.
and you can come to my office and get.
yeah, how about, would you like to go to Angie's office after? You probably would.
This one, or, you're gonna see this one. This was part of the petition you signed.
Okay, because I know there's other people that are concerned, just from trying to figure out.
Sorry.
on
Madam Chair, we need to make sure this is on
Yeah,
a microphone.
yeah,
So-
this is, so,
We're missing some potentially important
yeah.
conversations.
I was hoping my.
Sorry about that, I just want to
All right.
see actually physically where these streets are being closed. That's all I got.
Abandoned, not closed. Yeah, that's.
They are
that-
closed, abandoned.
Yeah, abandoned and
Yes,
closed
please.
is what kind of got us, or I shouldn't say us, is what got, where the confusion was in the first place. And the intent seems to be to abandon, however, it was closed, and we're just trying to make that right, because very clearly there is a lot already established in the streets.
Can
Go
I make
ahead.
one comment?
Yes,
So
please.
if there are currently utility easements from the power company in place, they will remain how they are. If there's not a utility easement in place and they were using the right-of-way to run the utility, that's what we were saying. They will have to create a utility easement for the power lines where they currently are so that the power company has access to them. So nothing's really going to be changing. It's just if the easement's in place, it'll remain because that's already, it should be filed, it should be recorded. If it's not in place, then something's going to have to be created after assuming everything, if it was abandoned.
Madam Chair, I have a question, just back up to Commissioner Swenson. Who will do that if it's not, if it needs to be changed?
That would be come down to the petitioner. I believe that's what it says in our regs.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments on the map? And anything having to do with the abandonment? Because we'll take comment right now, and then the next item will be to decide on this. County Attorney Bratcher, did you have any comments?
So, just one thing to add when it comes to the county, sort of the quitclaim deeds, as far as filing for the county, basically relinquishing its interest in these roads with the abandonment. I'm going to talk to some other county attorneys about how to make sure that those are all properly done, so that we don't have basically to avoid any type of messy title work being filed, so that everything sort of, make sure everything's clean and straightforward, so that way 20 years down the line there's no issue of title issues, or 20 years down the line us sort of being in the same situation again where the commissioners in 2002 used closed when I think they meant abandoned. So just to make sure that, I'm going to talk to like Steve Haddon in Jefferson County, just to make sure that everything that the quitclaim deeds that the county is going to be recording, relinquishing the county's interest in these abandoned roads is clean and clear for so just to avoid any future title interest, or like I said, anybody 20, 30, 50 years from now wondering what the heck happened in 2025. So that's something I'm going to work on after today, depending on y'all's decision.
Okay, so our decision today, you're going to work on that. If we choose to agree or vote to abandon these roads, this can be done after, what you're working on can be done after. Okay. All right. Okay, thank you for that clarification. Yeah. Is there anything else? Anyone else that would like to talk regarding the road abandonments? Any concerns, questions? Okay. Did you have anything else to add, Commissioner Simpson? Angie, did you have anything else to add? Okay, hearing no other public comment, I'm going to close the public hearing. We will reopen the regular meeting, and that is discussion decision. Again, Angie Paulson, I won't read the whole thing again, but it is the petition to abandon all of the aforementioned streets. And commissioners, on us, did anyone have anything to add? Or is there a motion?
No, I appreciate Kevin's description. I was confused on that process, so.
Correct.
I am clear on it now.
I don't think I have anything else to add.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I would move to approve the petition to abandon portions of Pony Street, Hill Street, and alleyways and High Street, the intersections of High Street and St. Helens Street intersection of High Street and Hill Street in the townsite of Toston. That was a mouthful, holy moly. As previously stated.
I will second that motion.
You don't want to repeat it?
Me too.
Now I'm going to. Okay, there's been a motion and a second to approve the petition to abandon portions of Pony Street, Hill Street, and alleyways, High Street, intersection of High Street, and St. Helens Street, intersection of High Street and Hill Street in the town site of Toston, Montana. Is there any public comment? Any public comment? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
If I may, Madam Chair,
Yes,
I just want to
please.
thank all the residents, first of all, for attending, because it's always good to have you, and for your patience.
Yeah. And Erin, thank you again for your patience as well. I know if all the documents that we're looking at today are on the website under our meeting, you can click on that, you can find them all. If the website is not your jam and you prefer just a printout, I guess I would say come talk with Angie, and she will help you out to get any documents you might need and to answer any additional questions. Thank you all for coming. All right. Next up, we've got discussion decision, Johnny Spurlock, Detention Center Jail Commander. 2025-2026 Correctional Risk Services Renewal Agreement for Inmate Excess Medical Insurance and or Claims Administration Management.
Good morning.
Hello.
I'm Johnny Spurlock, the jail commander at Broadwater County, SPURLOCK. This is just a renewal of our inmate insurance for Broadwater County's responsible inmates. We actually, last year, it was at $1.04 per inmate per day, or $1.08, per inmate per day. This year, it's now dropped by 4 cents, which is not a huge drop, but it's a good drop for us. We're asking for the inmate excess medical insurance, which includes claims administration, and that's the $4 per inmate per day. And then we're asking for the optional coverage for security and guarding, once combined $10,000 medical and guarding deductible is met. Coverage pays 50% of the cost for guarding by an inmate by the sheriff's deputy during coverage in medical treatment. When guarding is required, the inmate's behavioral and medical circumstance, which is 5 cents per inmate per day. So it's just a renewal through MACO and the Correctional Risk Services.
Okay. All right. I didn't have any questions on this. We do it every year.
Yep.
I didn't have anything specific. Did any of you?
I didn't.
Nope. No. Okay. Thank you. Is there a motion?
I would move to approve the Correctional Risk Services Renewal Agreement for inmate excess medical insurance and/or claims administration management.
I will second that.
So I
there's-
should clarify for the year 2025 to 2026.
Thank you. There's been a motion and a second to approve the 2025-2026 Correctional Risk Services Renewal Agreement for inmate excess medical insurance and/or claims administration management. Is there any public comment? Any public comment? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Perfect.
Do you have a clean copy?
Made this one. This is check marks of what you needed.
Perfect, thank you. Do I need to go name here on accepted or by?
It'll be accepted Broadwater County, and then you'll sign the.
This is the 5th.
Perfect. Do you guys want a copy?
Yes, that's always handy. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Okay, next up we have discussion decision, TJ Gravely, Public Works Director, Old Town Road Temporary Bridge Floodplain Permit and Findings.
Good morning, Commissioners. TJ Gravely, Gravely, Public Works Director. Basically what you will have to sign is for the temporary bridge. It's more of a work bridge on the Old Town Bridge project. Gallatin County's already done their side of it. This is just a formality for you guys to sign, so it's in record. Moving forward, I think I'm going to give you a little bit of update on the project for basically Broadwater County side. I was actually at the site yesterday, and the work that's being done right now is ahead of schedule, I would say. If they could stay on this schedule through 1st of February, I can see this bridge being complete. Right now, the deck is in place. They're finishing doing some welding on the deck before they fill the gaps with concrete. After that, they'll be pouring the back walls and stuff like that. What else? I guess the guardrail has to be poured yet. So if they can stay on task, I would say by the end of the month, you're going to see a major change down there, which the residents of Broadwater County are going to be really happy until they get across the bridge and they can't make it into Gallatin County, because that bridge is pretty slow going. The pile is driven, riprap is down. They're going to be pouring back walls here soon. Like I said, this has been a long time coming. And Broadwater County doesn't have any funds into it. This is all grant funded, which is tremendous for Broadwater County because, in a sense, we really don't have a dog in the fight except for our residents down there not being able to access Three Forks without having to go back out onto 287.
Which is a significant inconvenience.
For fire and ambulance, I think they say it's like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It's huge where it could be 10 minutes. That's pretty big because we have a lot of residents down in that little hole, which is impacting our road tremendously. So as we kind of move through this, getting into winter, I'll probably give you like a monthly update. This is on Staley's website. Everybody can look at it. It is kind of nice to run down there and take a look and see what is actually being done. I mean, they can put everything on their website, but without actually putting eyes on what is actually being done, it's a little vague, I think. So with that being said, you just have to sign this, Commissioner Rickmeyer. I think that's all I've got.
Okay.
I think both of these are you.
Before we sign, sorry, before we go there, is there any comment from either of you from Old Town?
I'm just going to comment because this has taken a very long time, and the residents down there have been patient. They're also aggravated because of the time, and once we explained to them that we weren't holding it up, there were lots of permits to file and applications, and we did not create the delays. And once they understood that, they've been wonderful working with us.
We didn't create the delays, nor did we close the bridge.
That's right. Thank you for adding that.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I would move to approve the Old Town Road Temporary Bridge Floodplain Permit and Findings.
I will second that.
Okay, there's been a motion and a second to approve the Old Town Road Temporary Bridge Floodplain Permit and Findings. Is there any public comment? Any public comment? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Okay, sir.
That should be the only place you have to sign.
Here you go.
I
Thank
think
you.
this has to go back to Kevin.
I think so.
Yeah. Thank you for the update as well.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, I'll recuse myself for the next item.
Okay. Okay, next item is discussion decision. Nicole Brown, Community Development and Planning Director. Robertson Boundary Relocation Exemption Request. This is Section 30 and 29, Township 9 North, Range 1 East.
Good morning, Commissioners. Nicole Brown, Broadwater County Community Development Director and Planner, here to present a request from the Robertson family for a boundary relocation in the area that Chairperson Rickmeyer stated. This is more approximately in the area of Winston, Montana. You, Commissioners, should have before you a copy of the proposed certificate of survey for the boundary relocation, a copy of the affidavit from the Robertson family, and a copy of my staff report. These documents were also posted online. So with that, Commissioners, if I may give a summary of my staff report as opposed to reading it verbatim, but I will obviously serve at your pleasure and do as you wish. Summary is perfect. Bless you. Thank you. So this family, or this, I'm sorry, not family transfer, it is a familial boundary relocation in that one of the parcels is currently owned by the estate of Mr. Norman Robertson, who has since passed away. The tract is in the ownership of his children. The other parcel that the boundary relocation is occurring with is owned by Mr. Randy Robertson, whom I believe is here today. He must be in the lobby still chatting. In any case, this boundary relocation is to place the driveway easement, the water line easement, and the well onto the property of Randy Robertson. As you know, when families are living approximate to each other, it's okay to have these easements, if you will, meandering onto each other's property. But once property sells, it's really important to clear that up. So really that's the whole intent and purpose of this boundary relocation request, is to have all of the easements and all of the infrastructure and facilities placed on Randy Robertson's property off of his former father, or still his father, but his deceased father, excuse me, Norman Robertson's property prior to them closing and settling his estate. So I think it's a pretty cut and dry and clear request for this boundary relocation exemption.
Thank you. I read through everything. I didn't have any questions. Like you said, it seemed very cut and dry to me. It makes sense if they're going to sell the jointly owned lot to settle the estate. It makes sense. Commissioner Randolph, did you have any?
I did not have any questions. Nicole and I talked about it a couple days ago. And to me, it's very clear cut and much appreciated them handling this before it does become an issue.
Yes, always. Okay, thank you. I will move to approve the Robertson Boundary Relocation Exemption Request for Section 30 and 29, Township 9 North and Range 1 East.
I will second that motion.
Okay. There's been a motion and a second to approve the Robertson Boundary Relocation Exemption Request, Section 30 and 29, Township 9 North, Range 1 East. Is there any public comment? Any public comment? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Oh, okay. Randy, do you mind signing in? We have everybody sign in. I'm not sure if you did. Thank you so much.
Thank you for reminding him. All right, up next, we have discussion only, possible purchase of a building at the Silos. That's 111 Beaver Drive for emergency services, etc. It says etc.
Yes, it does.
Commissioner Randolph, you've been working on this. Would you like to lead off?
I will. This property is at the corner of Beaver Drive and Silos. It's just over 7 acres total. There are two lots, but in total it's just over 7 acres. I've gone down there several times with search and rescue, the weed department, the road department, I think almost everybody. And I'm sure there's some that we missed. But the idea is, and that's why I put on here, etc. It could be, my end goal is it would be 2 or 3, however many storage units, and they are drive-through. They have power. They don't have heat at this point. For fire, some other storage units for search and rescue. TJ Gravely wants to store some equipment out there. The weed department certainly needs some storage. She will, if we do this, move all of her chemicals out there. They need showers for her staff. So big picture, it could be a lot of things. I'm mostly excited about maybe joining 2 of those storage units into a community hall. So we could have these kind of meetings down there. Voting would be, last spring, or I think it was in the winter, when Sheriff Rouser had some meetings. We met in the Winston Fire Hall. It was cold. You couldn't hear very well. So I know that space will be used. Right now, I just wanted to educate the public about what we're thinking. The concept right now is, if we move forward with this, to get the building. It has 1 well, 2 septics. I have gone out there with Great West Engineering just to make sure it's sound. They didn't give me any quotes or anything like that, but we just wanted to make sure it's sound. I've gone out there with Scott Cromwell from Slate Architect, again, just to get his opinion. They think it's a great idea. If we move forward with this, to do all the remodeling, we'll take grants. We'll take a lot of time and effort. So I just don't want the public to think, if we move forward with this, it's going to happen within a year. It's not. We will go to bid. We'll get all kinds of public input. We'll have public meetings. The best part of this is, during all the COVID and ARPA and revenue replacement, we had set aside money for this type of building. And it was an approved use. At one point, and I was going to look this up, and I forgot, some of that money that the county received, we couldn't use because the parameters were not within our. So at one point, we gave $450,000 to the city. We didn't give it. I should back up. We allowed our allocation to go to the city for their water project. So that was a lot better than turning it back to the feds. So this purchase could be, we've not negotiated yet, it could be completely purchased with that money that we have set aside for this. I wanted to get some feel, we wanted to get some feel from the public for their demand for it, their use for it, and then we'll start talking to the owner. So that's a high level, kind of big picture what we want to do with it.
I was going to ask, I think, would search and rescue and the other departments would not be able to move in and use the building as is now prior to a remodel?
Yes.
Okay.
They would definitely, TJ will probably get equipment down there ASAP, so would Jessica, and anybody else would be welcome to. There are some boats, campers, trailers stored out there now. Talking to Kevin, we would somehow honor those leases, and I've not seen those leases. I don't know how many they are, how long. We will work on that. We're not going to just kick somebody out immediately because we're not going to do the remodel immediately. So we've got a long ways to go on this. But it's a potential that in the past, before I was commissioner, there were opportunities for the county to build certain buildings, and for whatever reason, they chose not to or it didn't work out. This is one that I don't think we want to get away from, let fall through our hands. The silos area is growing, certainly to have search and rescue down there.
Yeah.
Close to the
100%.
lake makes common sense, and as well as fire. It will reduce their reaction time if there's something going on there, and help everybody in the county, if they live there or not, or they recreate there on the lake.
As I'm sure the search and rescue members in the room can attest to, having the boat at the lake would be very helpful. Yeah. Is there any comment? I'm sure you guys want to make some comment. No pressure? No pressure?
Please, we need that.
Good morning, Commissioners. Carol Hatfield, Hatfield. I'm here just representing myself today. I just barely found out about this proposal, and I'm 100% in support of it. We've lived out in the Silos Flats area, gosh, for 30-some years now, and when my parents owned the Silos restaurant, there was talk back then about really needing to get a fire station and some facilities built in this area. It has grown immensely since 2020 or 2019 when COVID started, and there's just a lot more use in the area. We're seeing a lot more accidents on the lake because we live right there, including ice during the winter, ice fishing and stuff. So we're very supportive of this, and we are glad to know that the search and rescue are wanting to store their equipment and everything there, as well as roads. Weeds, there's a huge weed problem starting to crop up now, lots of knapweed, that it would be nice to have the subdivisions take ownership on that and treating those noxious weeds, as well as the possibility of having an opportunity to maybe widen the road, the Silos Road, with a trail. Anytime you drive down to the marina there during the summer, there's people walking, they're on their ATVs side by sides, people are trying to pull boats, and it's just a very narrow roadway, and so that possibility or opportunity that comes about would be nice to have a widened road there, as well as a walking path or some kind of path so people that are not driving their vehicles wouldn't get injured. I think that's all I've got.
Okay, thank you. Thanks. Is there any other public comments? I'm looking in both directions.
I saw your eyes.
Yeah.
Ed Schindall, Shindoll. I'm going to comment for the fire. As of right now, we would use that as storage because we do not have anybody out there in that area to actually man any trucks. We're not going to drive from here out to get a truck and then go. So that's how that would be. It would be great to have it. If sometime we do get some people that will volunteer out there, that would be fantastic. So yeah, I'm in support of it too.
If I may, I would add, thank you for saying that, Ed. One of the ideas is if there's a vehicle out there in their community, more people may be willing to volunteer.
Again, yeah, chicken and egg a little bit, but
right.
yeah,
We'll see.
definitely.
Broadwater County Clerk and Recorder, Elections Administrator Angie Paulson, Paulsen. This is the first I've heard of this, Commissioners. I think it's a fabulous idea. Always, when it comes to voting, we do have the Winston Fire Hall, and currently we don't have any cell service out there. So if my chief judges try to call me, it's difficult. It's a small area. I'm in support of this. So thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Eric Crush, president of Search and Rescue at the moment. As you guys have mentioned, it's all about time, and response time is responding to calls out there. This would drastically, the biggest thing this building would help us with was two needs. Obviously, the first one is having the boat out there would be huge and cut down on our response time. We do have some people who live out the silos that are part of Search and Rescue. I'll admit some of them are a little bit older. However, I'm hoping that maybe we could repute some people.
Easy there.
No, he's a spring chicken compared to the other ones. So anyway, yeah. But anyway, it would cut down on our response time. When we've had the boat out there in the past for the walleye tournament, even there was a call where we stored the boat at a resident's place out there. And we actually had a call that evening. It was amazing how fast our response time was because it was already there. You could travel so much faster without having it on there. It cut, when you come from town with the boat, it's roughly 20 to 30 minutes before we can hit the water. So it would drastically cut down on response time. The other thing that this would do, though, for Search and Rescue is we flat need more room badly. Our building at our barn now is overflowing with equipment, and getting another bay would be huge. It also would get us having our ice rescue equipment back inside. It's in a trailer now, but getting it inside would be huge. We were just able to get a grant from the Walleyes Unlimited and got 6 new rescue suits. So being able to store them suits properly and nicely would be huge. So I can't stress enough how much of a benefit this would be for Search and Rescue to be able to store our equipment inside. So thank you for all of your work on doing this, and I'm hoping that we can get something done, because since I've joined Search and Rescue, there's always been this vision of something happening, and it's always, you hit it on the head. It just never happens. So if we could get there, that would be awesome. So greatly appreciate your work, and hopefully we can get this done. So, and this guy's been with Search and Rescue longer, so he should talk for sure.
Thanks, Eric.
Well, I think Eric covered most of it. John Hedstrom, HEDSTROM. I just one part of, like Debbie mentioned about a meeting room, part of this you could address through your DES coordinator. We don't have an emergency exit anywhere on that side of the river. We've got the fairgrounds over here. If we have a natural disaster or something, we have nowhere on that side of the river. This could get some money from Homeland Security and DES as part of this. They have certain restraints. It may have to have generator or who knows what. But there is some money available from that. So that might be something that you may address.
Thank you.
And like I talked earlier about the road definitely needs some improvement, but a walking trail would be great there. And our response time, we leave the boat hooked up, we could be on the water in minutes. That would just, and the amount of activity that's out there, and if the campground does expand, which that's going to be nightmare in its own right there, so.
Well, I feel like most of the search and rescue, I don't even know what percentage, Eric or John, either of you, I would say, especially in the summer, the calls are on the lake for the most,
Yes.
more than
Yes.
anything.
Most of our calls during the year are
Yeah.
on the lake.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, anything from boat crashes to drownings to this and that.
right.
yeah.
Thank you.
I apologize, Eric Crush again. I did leave out one thing. In case any question from the public does arise, it is so fast for us to launch from the silos to get to Goose Bay, to get to White Earth, to get down south. In case that is a question that does arise, we always try to launch from the silos regardless of where the call is, just because of how quickly we could cut across the water, get to Goose Bay, get to White Earth, get to the south end of the lake as well. So I wanted to make sure I said that. Even if the boat was out at the lake, even if the call was at Goose Bay, it's far faster for us to cut across the water than to drive all the way around and then to bounce down the gravel road. So in case that was a concern or anything that came up, it's still quicker for us to do that. Myself and John Hedstrom, we've been out there on some horrific water going across, but it was still faster to go across than it would have been for us to drive around, launch from Goose Bay, and then go in that way. So I wanted to point
you. I
that
didn't
out
know
as
that.
well. Yeah,
That
thank
makes
you.
Makes sense.
sense, yeah.
Thanks, Eric. Is there any other comment?
I have two left, or anybody else?
Oh, Ernie, yep, sorry, come on up. I'm sorry, thank you. I didn't see him. The podium is in the wrong spot.
I know.
I'm Ernie Nunn. I've lived out on the Silo Flats for several decades and have the opportunity to provide a little history too. But I want to thank the commissioners for letting us come before you today to talk about, to us, a very important issue. We need your help. And 11 years is a long time in making of a master plan and implementing some of it. The commissioners, I think, have an opportunity to get a win-win with everybody for this project that's online right now. And I want to say that we've waited a long time for some things to happen out there like this. And to be able to purchase a parcel of land like this, it's got a lot of the infrastructure that is already there, because some of the history for that, we worked with the BLM to break off 5 acres a long time ago for a fire station, and that was right across from the Silo Inn. The other parcel was across the highway to the west. A piece of land was going to be donated by the private landowner to put a fire station in out there. That's a long time ago, but the opportunity for the county to take advantage of what's available to us right now is awesome. And I'll tell you, we support the project. The people that helped put this together ought to be congratulated. Got a bunch of sharp people that done that with a lot of opportunities listed on that form. I have reviewed that a couple of times. They've done a heck of a job on it, in my opinion. I'd like to see, I don't know if it's possible, we need to buy, sell on that property as soon as possible. And there's some realtors right here locally, good ones, that's waiting on a chance to jump on that. In 48 hours, they would have that done for you. And to me, it's a cheap price to pay for the welfare and safety of those people out there. Because I'll tell you, over time, we've rescued people off the ice. I threw them a lifeline, saved their lives before the research and rescue could get out of town here and take action on that. That was on the ice. And this is a 24/7, 365-day operation. It's not just the boats and the water and all that stuff. The ice fishermen out there is just, it's nice to see. I love it. I love to see those boats up and down through there, people on those water skis. But I'll tell you what, It's going to get worse. There's going to be a lot of accidents out there. It's already happening. And I think the county has a responsibility to help out a little bit. And I've sat on the hospital board for 100 years, it seems like. And my vision is to have an ambulance sitting there in that place one of these days. You know, we talk about the fire trucks, and I tell you, the fire deal affects a lot of people out there by more than one reason, just suppressing fires. And you know what that is? Is our insurance on these houses. When you're 5 miles away from the firehouse right here, we get tapped another $1,200 a year extra for being outside of the 5 acres, or 5 miles, I'm sorry. And so that there's a double advantage there to the folks out there other than just the fire, is that it would help cut their cost of this insurance program a lot. And you know, the reason I like that is because I'm a part of it. But anyway, thanks for the time that y'all would spend on this thing. But I think 11 years, long time. We got a proposal from some fine people down there. Let's get it implemented. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you, Commissioner Randolph, because you've put a ton of time in on this and working with everyone.
Yep.
So I think it's a great idea. I'm so glad we have the ARPA funding and that can go to good use and that it qualifies. So thank you.
I do have 2 letters of public comment that
please.
I'd like to read. The purchase of the building and land make good sense. As a member of Broadwater Search and Rescue, I see the need for space for our equipment and training. We've been talking about a rescue station to cover all the events that happen at Broadwater Bay and this part of Canyon Ferry Lake. Another item is a location for a fire station. So the bottom line is I support the purchase and development of the property at Silos and Beaver Road. That is from Richard Tramp. I have another one. Dear Commissioners, the members of Citizens Action Group for the Silos want to express our strong support for the Broadwater County Commissioners to pursue the efforts to acquire commercial building and lot at 111 Beaver Drive as a county asset. This multifunctional facility could be site of future volunteer fire stations and equipment, storage for county departments such as weed, mosquitoes, and road. It will also provide much-needed storage for search and rescue, lake rescue equipment such as their large lake boat, towing vehicles, and other lake rescue items. The silos and most adjacent neighborhoods are in over the 5-mile service limit for the fire station, so a station would decrease response time in this area and provide quicker response to lake emergencies. The protection needs an increasing monthly within the area. We understand the county has funds from various federal initiatives and grants and would require no local tax money to purchase this property. We support this approach and effort to not include or ask for local tax money to proceed. We believe such an acquisition, being commercial property already, that it could facilitate setting up a meeting room or rooms that the local community could access to hold local interest meetings. There are no such facilities in the area right now. Such rooms could be used as future polling places, public meetings, county training, various county boards that would provide citizens of the county an extra space and reduce the congestion. I got it in my mind. Sorry. Thank you. Congestion with scheduling meetings in all Flynn building. The current building structure can be used as is for many needs. If there are needs for some spaces to be heated, that can be done. The facility would allow some county departments to consolidate their equipment and supplies into one facility, increasing the efficiency in operations. Some county equipment pieces that are stored outdoors all year could be stored either inside or at least under cover. The Citizens Action Group will, while originally focused on the use and the redevelopment of the Silos recreation area, identify the need for fire and search and rescue facilities within the recreation area in the master plan. That planning started 11 years ago, and the needs have been highlighted throughout the planning. This identified property goes a long way in helping further the securing of the public service needs in the area and for the county. Broadwater County, in securing this property, would increase the amount of use on Silos Road. The equipment utilized from this site and additional traffic should require the widening and strengthening of Silos Road to make it a safer roadway. There is already a substantial and increasing amount of pedestrian use on the roadway. The additional traffic would indicate establishment of separate pedestrian trail with an extra needed 20-foot right-of-way to allow the trail on the south side of the roadway as a separate travel venue. The trail has already been identified and is one of the top priorities within the Broadwater County Trail Vision Plan and sponsored by BCDC. All of our members strongly support the county's efforts to proceed with their review, due diligence, and acquisition of the property to help make Broadwater County and the northern neighborhoods of this county a safer and better place to live and work. And then there's a list of members. And that is from Al Christofferson and others. A couple things I want to add is thank you all for
Did
your
you have
comments.
the BCDC letter?
No.
Oh, I have that one. Do you want me to read
Oh,
that?
yeah.
I thought it went to all of us, to the commission. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Oh,
one more.
that's great.
Sorry.
More is better.
You never know what's coming through on the general commission email. This is from BCDC, from John Hahn, the co-chairman and treasurer. Letter of support for the purchase of property and buildings in the Silos area. Broadwater County Development Corporation would like to express their support for the purchase of property in the current structures at the Silos, 111 Beaver Drive, for the use of storage and maintenance of emergency equipment. This area has had enough growth in population and homes to warrant a quick response service for fire. This also will provide a quicker response time for search and rescue for the lake and surrounding recreation area than having to acquire equipment in Townsend and drive to the Silos area. As this area is well used by tourists and locals and weather comes in quickly, response times are critical. It is our understanding that the current building can also be used for meetings and other gatherings, we are told. This is needed as well. Thank you, Commissioners, for taking this into consideration, the BCDC Board of Directors.
A couple things I want to add, and I really appreciate all these letters and all of you helping us. Talk about Silos Road. That is a big part of this. It definitely needs to be widened. There's going to be more traffic, more larger equipment going down there. And with the growth in that area, it's just going to be more people. TJ and I started working a couple weeks ago with BLM to talk about the application to get it widened. The fence would have to be moved. And then the federal shutdown came. So I'm not using that as an excuse, but our emails we've got an away message. So as soon as that is over, we will get back to that. Meeting space is a big part of this, as I've already said. We have had commission meetings down at the livestock auction. We've had meetings at Bridger Brewing. Neither of those are ideal. They both take a lot of staff time to go down there, set some things up. Certainly in the evenings, that's
because we have to record them.
Yeah, we have to record them. And just staff time to go down there. With this, ideally, the room will be set up something like this, ready to go. That is a dream that will come true, but it's not going to happen next year. And the other thing is, to that point, this project will take lots of time and effort and meetings with search and rescue, fire, to figure out what we want, work with Great West. But thank you very much for the support. We will continue this. I have talked to our county attorney quite a bit about a buy-sell and how to go about that, because I had no clue how the county goes about buying property. So we will work on that, and I will work with the owner soon. So thank you all.
I've got a couple more comments.
Come on up. You
Oh,
got to
sorry.
come up.
You know,
Sorry.
gotta come up,
Hot
John.
seat.
Chances of the BLM giving you land,
Yeah.
like Ernie tried before.
Yeah.
In the last 20 years, I've tried 4 times to get a piece of land for the search and rescue out there, and it never made it to
Yeah.
Denver. I've called congressmen, everything else to try to work it down the stream. Don't hold your breath on that one.
We, the land, and I was involved a while ago trying to get that 5 or 10 acres, that's never going to happen. But they were very open to widening the street.
Well, that'd be good.
And if the county does the application versus a private group or something, there's no fee.
Sweet.
But I still have a lot to learn because emails cannot be returned right now.
And the other thing, just a note of trivia, last ITTR numbers I saw, this lake has 170,000 fishing days a year, not including recreational boaters. So that means somebody put a line in the water one time for like 170 that's the biggest usage in the state. Better than Flathead, better than the Madison River, better than Fort Peck. So this is the heaviest used lake in the state.
That's crazy.
And I appreciate your comments about Eric, about getting to Goose Bay, because I hadn't even thought about really reaching out to those residents, because they would be in favor of it too, I would think and hope. we are going to try to put together a tour for the public out there. I don't know if we can make that happen anytime soon, but please look, or we'll talk about it, just so everybody can see it. That's it. Thank you.
I have one.
Yes, please.
So just from the letter from, I think it was Al Christopherson, where it said that no local tax money is going to be used. We're not sure on that yet. Just to reiterate, the negotiations have not been fully, so we don't know what the purchase price is going to be. But hopefully we won't have to. Hopefully we can all be covered by the ARPA money.
We're trying.
We're trying.
Yeah.
But just so that it's clear that negotiations haven't been started yet and we don't know what the price is going to be.
We have an appraisal.
Yes.
But it is a very value-added, beneficial
Yes.
investment
Yep.
for all of our
point.
residents and for anyone who comes here and is utilizing the lake. So, are there any other comments? Anyone from the public? Any more comments? Are you sure you don't want to get up one more time, John?
Hey, I got a lot to say, you just don't want me to stop.
All right, thank you. Okay, it was just a discussion, so we will wrap that up and go ahead and move on to our consent agenda. Thank you all for coming. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
All right, consent agenda. Okay, we have one set of minutes today from October 29th. 29th.
I'd move to approve the claims from October 29th.
Or not claims, minutes.
Minutes. Approve the minutes. I wrote down claims
You're just
over
looking
here.
ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I will second the claim.
Oh, boy.
I will second the motion. See, you can't put words out.
There's been a motion and a second to approve the minutes from
There
October
you go.
29th. Is there any public comment?
Yes.
Hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Claims X. Okay, we have two sets of claims. I'm kind of liking just, as long as I read what each claim is and very clearly state it, we can just approve them all in a group. Does anyone have an issue with that? We'll read out each claim number.
Each total.
Each total number, claim amount,
Okay.
and
I'm fine with that.
if that's okay. Kind of like that. I think it's a little more efficient as well. All right, first claim is for $12,973.82. Second claim is payroll claim for $236,218.72.
I would move to approve the claims in the set amount.
I will second that.
Okay, there's been a motion and a second to approve claims and the set amounts. Is there any public comment? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Right, that is everything on the agenda. Are there any other comments or reminders?
There will not be a commission meeting next week.
Okay, that's what I was going to say.
Oh,
too.
there you go.
Good job, you got it.
And we already
All
said
right.
we're closed on Tuesday, so.
And we're closed on Tuesday for Veterans Day. Okay, I think that's it. We will adjourn.